beautiful Lake Champlain right here behind me. We're under a clear sky. We witnessed that rare total solar eclipse late today. Millions witnessing the moon crossing between the Earth and the sun, blocking its light, casting a shadow, small towns and large cities, and that magical moment of darkness, only the sun's corona lighting up the darkened sky. The eclipse racing across 15 states from Texas to Maine, more than 31 million Americans in the path of totality. But the scope of this was simply extraordinary. Scientists say 99% of the country able to see, at the very least, some hint of a partial eclipse. Arlington, Texas, among the first spot to see the total eclipse. Thousands in the bleachers at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway looking up to the sky. In Cleveland, the changing phases of the eclipse, the burst of light, the diamond ring, and then the sparkles of light known as Bailey's beads. Light shining through the moon's mountains and valleys. Clouds rolling over Niagara Falls, but parting just in time, the crowd in awe. And here in Burlington, Vermont, right near the end of this journey across the U.S. under a blue sky, darkness setting in, the temperature dropping, we witnessed the extraordinary eclipse right here. Even outside the path of totality today, the Statue of Freedom on top of the Capitol in Washington, D.C., more than 350 couples exchanging their wedding vows in Russellville, Arkansas. New Yorkers gathering in New York City's Central Park. And from the International Space Station tonight, the shadow of the eclipse moving over the surface of the Earth. Tonight, the solar eclipse as it passed over North America and much of the U.S., millions of Americans sharing in the moment. Across this country today, tens of millions of Americans coming together, looking up, witnessing that breathtaking spectacle in the sky. A rare total solar eclipse. In small towns and big cities, the sky suddenly going dark as the moon passed between the sun and the earth, casting that shadow, plunging communities into darkness. From Mexico to Maine, the eclipse traveling across 15 states, more than 31 million Americans in the path of totality. Our Matt Rivers was the first to witness the eclipse in Mazatlan, Mexico, the beginning of its 4,000-mile journey across North America.
You can hear it, David. You can hear it, Lindsay. Everybody's very excited. Let me just look up here myself. There's just a few seconds left. There it is, complete totality here in, wow.
For so many, even though they knew the moment was coming, they did not expect this. It was deeply moving. This woman traveled to Mazatlan from New Jersey.
It's amazing, amazingly beautiful, once in a lifetime, beautiful.
You sound emotional.
Tears in my eyes.
A mother and daughter from Minnesota, Cynthia and Tanya, who traveled to Mexico to see it.
The sun, the sky, it's the most beautiful thing I have ever seen. And this white light, it's like...
You've never seen something like this before.
It's like heaven is calling down. It's amazing.
It crossed from Mexico into Texas, the shadow at that point traveling at 1,600 miles per hour. The first state in the path of totality. Clouds streaming across the sky, but it was still visible. Our Maria Villarreal in Del Rio, as the temperatures suddenly dropped.
I just want to be a little bit quiet, David and Lindsay, as this moment, oh my gosh. Wow.
This husband and wife, Bob and Barb, riding their bikes from California to Texas. It took them a month, but it was worth it to witness the rare wonder.
A month to get here. Is it worth it? Yes, totally.
Our Whit Johnson with us from Cleveland when he revealed that his mother had traveled to Mazatlan to witness the eclipse. Whit, I'm going to put you on the spot right here. No pressure here, but if your mom is in Mazatlan, reach out to her and let's try to get her on the air in the next 2 hours, at least on the phone. I want to hear what your mom thought, because we could have done coverage with Whit Johnson and his mom. Team coverage here. Anyway, we can't wait to hear from her as well. Let's hope anyway. A short time later, reporting live, Whit Johnson's mother, Sharon. We weren't joking earlier when I said to Whit, can we get your mom on the phone? Sharon Johnson, are you with us? Can you hear us? We understand you're in Mazatlan.
Yes, I am. Can you hear me all right?
We can hear you loud and clear. First of all, we love Whit. And we're going to bring your son in to listen to this interview. He's going to dive in if we ask you anything not proper here. First of all, tell us what it was like, and thank you for instilling that love of science with Whit and the whole family. You talked about generations of this family knowing the power of these eclipses. What was it like in Mazatlan?
We had been worrying about high clouds for the last couple of days, and it was beautifully clear in the morning when we woke up, but then we got that high haze coming in. But we beat it. You know, we got the eclipse, pretty clear skies, a little bit of haze that might have blocked some things, but it was beautiful. The sunset colors came out in 360 degrees. Birds that hadn't already taken roost just dived out of the sky into the trees.
And we asked Whit about his mother reporting in.
I got to tell you, there's something, hearing my mom talk about this live on the air, I feel connected to her now. 2,000 miles away, she's in Mazatlan, I'm here in Cleveland, but we're connected through this path of totality. I'm getting a bit emotional here, I got to be honest. Mom, if you can hear me, my question for you is, what did you feel today when you saw this eclipse?
I felt the universe. I felt the universe. And Whit, I'm feeling you. I'm feeling you and this place in the universe where I'm in Mazatlan, you are in Cleveland. David Muir is probably in New York. I don't know exactly, but it is amazing, and you brought tears to my eyes also.
Oh, I love you, Mom.
Well,
you made me cry before the eclipse even happened.
Whit with our Robin Roberts in Cleveland at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame when the total solar eclipse passed through.
The Bailey's beads! The Bailey's beads! You can take off the glasses now.
Whit describing Bailey's beads, the slivers of light cutting through the moon's mountains and valleys. Bailey's beads named after the astronomer who first noted them in 1836, Francis Bailey.
What you told me is not what I was going to see, but what I was going to feel. Just like your mom said, and that's the truth. It's the feeling. It's the feeling that's indescribable.
I love feeling it with you here. Thank you so much, Robin, and everybody here in Cleveland. Guys, I know we're going back to you, but we're just speechless.
Our Maggie Ruley in Russellville, Arkansas, where 350 couples tied the knot in the moments right before the total eclipse. For each of them, it was their first moment as husband and wife.
Everyone behind me, all these couples just got married. They're going to spend their first moments as life partners entering totality together.
Newlyweds in the shadow of the moon.
It is much more than what I imagined. Like, this is just breathtaking.
In Carbondale, Illinois, it was their second eclipse in just 7 years, which is extraordinarily rare. 7 years ago, cheated by clouds, but today, a glorious sight with our Ginger Z.
David, it is the dimness already of what it looks like. Amazing. The temperature has dropped already 5 degrees, so the meteorological part in our atmosphere has been changing. I got tingles from my fingertips right down my elbows into my knees.
50,000 people at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Our Gio Benitez was there with the team from NASA.
What an event to win. Oh my gosh. Wow. That is absolutely spectacular. Even with the thin clouds that we've been seeing here, you are seeing it crystal clear.
And tonight, look at these satellite images. What made this eclipse so different from the one 7 years ago, the path this time was much wider, the moon closer to the Earth, the moon's shadow much greater. In fact, 99% of the country saw some form of this, even the hint of a partial eclipse. In New York City, large crowds gathering atop skyscrapers, the Empire State Building, crowds filling the USS Intrepid, New York's Central Park, waiting for a glimpse of that partial eclipse. And one of the final places on its run across the U.S., Burlington, Vermont, on beautiful Lake Champlain. The total solar eclipse at that point, traveling at nearly 3,000 miles per hour across the U.S.
Just a few moments left before it completely disappears. The swell of the crowd, and we'll see that corona here moments from now.
And there we
then,
go.
complete darkness.
We can take our glasses off, I guess, at this point.
Wow.
Oh, look at that.
Look at that. That is just
stunning. Wow.
It leaves you speechless, doesn't it?
That was exactly my thought. Oh, look at the birds. You see the birds
The birds
starting
are
to
flying
fly.
right across the lake here. And just to give people a sense at home as they're watching this play out today, this is like the most beautiful post-sunset moment on Lake Champlain. The mountains and the hills surrounding the lake are backlit right now by what looks like the most beautiful sunset you could imagine. The skies are clear.
Venus and Jupiter visible too.
Okay.
Venus to the right here. We're definitely seeing Venus.
And then what the scientists call the diamond ring effect, one of the final slivers of light from the sun suddenly swelling into the shape of a diamond on a ring.
Coverage.
There's the diamond ring.
The diamond ring is beautiful.
beautiful. It's even prettier to witness actually now in person than what we've been seeing.
Wow.
The people of Burlington, Vermont, the families who came here, speechless.
The backlight hitting all the sailboats sitting here quietly along Lake Champlain. The water is barely moving. It's like ice. It is really, truly breathtaking here in Burlington, Vermont. Flying in, Lindsay, and I'm not sure if you had the same experience, everybody on the plane was flying into Burlington for this moment.
Yes.
And I just feel so happy for all of the people who got on planes and in their cars and traveled with families and loved ones. Because, first of all, you'll have to wait another 20 years before you feel this again. But because they wanted to experience something today that we can all experience together as a country.
Truly a spectacular day, and I thank all of our ABC crews and our partners at National Geographic for our special event this afternoon. We'll have much more later here.
Hi everyone, George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.